Good day, gentlemen and ladies. Today we are the 11th of November 2023. We're in the middle in the afternoon. I just come off of the Armistice Day, Remembrance Day parade, and as you can see in the background, well, we have that white, very welcome party stuff, and well, it's about time to to get my tractor ready for that sorry, for this winter. This video, what I will have is I'm gonna prepare my tractor oil change. I'm gonna check the fuel filters. I'm going to oil change the engine oil change. I'm gonna check all the oil level. I'm gonna check also the hydraulic, the coolant. I need also, as you can see, I'm gonna bring my snow plow right in front of here like I used to have them. Put my summer table on the side, and in order to have the engine warmed up, I will carry on that. All right, so stick around. Cheers. So in order to warm up the engine, I'm gonna tap down all the snow to make like I do every year, to create a hard base snow pack. So all my cross rock are staying here on my driveway. All right. All right, folks. So since the engine is warmed up and my main entrance is well snow packed, let's attack the oil change of the Yanmar diesel engine. And I always buy the right parts coming from the manufacturer. So if it's a Mahindra, it's gonna be Mahindra. This is a Mahindra Yanmar engine, so I'm buying directly from the Mahindra dealer the oil filter. So I don't know if you can see the number, and this is the number that goes on the Mahindra eMax 20s HST tractor. And I've been using these filters, like you can see, It's the same filter right there. All right. So before removing the filter, I need to drop the oil. It's a metric. I don't remember the size for the oil pan, but let's dive under that tractor and follow me when I'm gonna remove. And also you need a oil drip tray, and let's do that. Okay. So right there where I'm pointing at, I hope you're able to see. This is a 14 millimeter right there. Well, actually, I will disregard the extension. Alright, so I'm just gonna connect it. I hope you guys are able to see. Let's go like this. And there we go. Definitely it's a 14 millimeter. Yeah, the engine is a little bit warm. Outside it was only -1, by the way, -1 to 2 was really not that cold. Here we go. So while I'm gonna let it drip, I'm going to do the other check. All right, stick around. All right, folks, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the air filters. So let's remove the air filter. There's one on each side. Clamp. I'm just gonna take off the clamp right here. And also the rubber, if I do remember, it's right in here. And that rubber is a very nice strap, so that gave me plenty of flexibility. Just put like this, and now the air filter, there's various ways to clean it. No, there's only one way. It's basically you brush it and then you put the air pressure. Don't put it too close. You can blow inside so the pressure get out. And this is this I change that every 2 years because I'm about 500 something. But this year I didn't use that much, and I know I changed it recently. It's still clean, but I'm just gonna air clean it. However, what I like to tell you is don't forget to clean the inside of the cartridge. There's some dust in there. I also clean on inside the tube. All my maintenance videos will be I will in my playlist. I have maintenance video about my tractor, and that link of my playlist, it will be on this description video text under my video. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean that with a nice rag. Stick around. So in order to do a very nice cleaning, I'm just gonna remove the clamp. Like this. Like this, and then I disconnect the air filter housing, and this I will air blow it, then I put a very nice clean rag, and then I'm gonna reinstall it. Alright, I'm just gonna put it right there. Here it was heated by a critter. It's basically this is setting like at the lowest point, and that will drain all the water coming from the moisture coming from cold to hot or hot to cold. One thing I've done, and I know many years I've been saying that, is I should change that plug, and I just put a rag into it so the water go through it, but it's a thing. All right, It's clean hair and it's gonna get filtered anyway. So just make sure you clean this too. Now the here, that part, I'm just gonna. This is clean. I'm just gonna take a rag and just clean it. Often I disconnect it, but this not this time. I already cleaned it last year. And this one, however, I know it's filthy, and it's really easy to. It's easy to disconnect, and it's not happening. Just hold up. Usually it's supposed to be easy. There we go. So what did I drop? Something went under there. I hope. It's the rubber band. Oh shoot, and I think it went in the old band. Mama! Alright, now it's on the side. I'm safe. I can see it on the ground. Phew! Alright, so I'm gonna clip that and stick around, alright? Cheers. While my compressor is bringing up the air pressure, here's the entrance of the air. Just blow some air like this, and all the dust will get out of there, alright? Stick around. Alright folks, so this is the where the connected to the where the air enter, and it's going to the air filter, and this is very dirty. It's very tough to see, but inside is basically gray. So the first thing what I'm going to do is just blow some air. Holy, it's sticking pretty good. So then I'm just gonna put a rag in there. Right, so what I do, how to clean the inside, is I use a thick electrical wire. This is I think it's size 4, and I just shove it in there, and hopefully it should be able to reach. Yeah. I'm going to restart the other plug. I'm just playing back and forth like this, and just to pass, and it helping it up. The only thing you can do is wash it if it's really too dirty. And right now, the way I'm looking at it, it's really like it's sticking. So what I'm going to do is remove the clamp. And the reason why I'm cleaning that is very important, is because to have a perfect airflow so there is no restriction. So, in brief, clean it if you can with a rag. Just pass a thick wire, a thick electrical wire like a number 4, and going back and forth, or do like I'm about to do, which means is I'm going to wash it in my kitchen sink, and I'll be back, alright? And I probably do the same thing for the filter casing. Alright, stick around. So basically, I didn't need to wash it. I air blow it, and it's very slippery out inside, so nothing's sticking into there. It's not like the rubber hose, which I'm gonna go wash. And this is very easy to clean. Okay. The outside, it's a bit rugged, like rough, but the inside is very shiny, non-sticky surface. So a hair blow, and then I just use a clean dry rag. Okay. So I'm going inside my home and wash it with warm water with the soapy dishwasher. All right. So lukewarm water with soap, liquid soap. Dishes, and it came out very, very, very clean. And I did an inspection on it. This tube, it needs to be rigid. Okay, if it's too soft, like I'm pushing very hard, you may cause like a restriction of air, and that may cause problems. So make sure look at your maintenance book manual, which is in my locker down there. but please take the time to read it, okay? And I should show that, stick around. Usually, most of the time, I show you my maintenance book. I have one in my garage and two in my office. The reason I keep in my office, I often read before I do the maintenance, and this is my reference manual. So everything that I'm covering today, you will find it on the chapter 5. And chapter 5, it's all about maintenance. And like opening covers, inspection items, inspecting and changing coolant, checking and changing the oil, replacing filter and cartridge, fuel system, checking and cleaning air cleaner. So that's where you're gonna find all this information. So please do read your book. This is your best friend, okay? Warning, definitely. This is the operator manual. It's your maintenance reference. Okay, and your best friend to keep your investment working. All right, so let's go back at it about air filter. I'm gonna put everything back together. All right, stick around. Temporarily, this is I have a lid missing. So when the engine is starting, that shut, that close. But since the hole is already there, so what I do is I put a little patch like this, and this is like a very light weaved cotton. And I just put it right above like this, so at least no insects will go inside. All right, and voila, this is the thing there. And the moisture, the dust will stop, but at least the water will bring in there. And it's not bypassing the air filter whatsoever. The air filter will still go there. All right. Now talking about the air filter. So this is the one I changed last year on my video, and since this year I didn't do that much. During the winter time there's not too much dust, so basically at 1 feet you just do and then just inside, and voila. And mine, like you see, it's very clean, okay? I don't need to change it. I know when I was in Shefford it was much more dusty. Last summer when I did the removing all the roots, it was dusty, but here we had such a rainy summer. The spring was very dry. We had so much forest fire. It was amazing. But yeah, so all right, stick around. I'm gonna show you how to put everything back together. Okay, so I got the air filter. Make sure that the rubber seal is very clean. I passed a rag on it, and you take your canister and you just put it like so, and make sure it's fully seated. Okay, then what you do, make sure then the clamp is like that, and you look, it is rated the top and bottom, so you just put it in accordance with the position. Now I don't recommend to clamp it yet because you I have to adjust it because I had to connect the hose, so stick around. So I'm just gonna put it like this right now, like that, okay? I'm just gonna put my screwdriver like so. This already, I put a rag like this and already clean everything, and I blew some air in there, but this is very clean inside. It's after the filter, okay? Just gonna give you an example. You just put a little bit of air like this, and you had the chance to air to escape. So you just connect it, keep it loose, just put it like this, as right now. Then you take. Now I know the clamp is going like that, and this one is going like this, so it's a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit more like this. So you put the two like that. So you start to clamp this one first, because that one cannot move all the way firmly down. This one, same thing, and that will give you exactly how to install it. And then from there, you know, then this is the top because that's the lowest part where the water is gonna drain. So you just install it, fully seated, and more like this. Fully installed, then you clamp it. Alright, then I take my rubber band, clamp it behind here, you put it a little bit more, and then you clamp it. Okay, so now the rubber band is attached. You retight all the collar. This, I don't like that at all. Yeah, like this is better. Perhaps I can go like this, yeah. Doesn't need to be super tight, but just, you know, snug. Alright, same thing in this one. I hope you're able to see this one right in here. Just gonna loose it a little bit. No, this one is not the right way. Should be like that. Alright. Pull it down. The reason I think is because the hood it will be touching if I put the clamp right there. So yeah, make sure you have you can use a smaller screwdriver or a ratchet wrench or a socket. I believe it's not the 1/4 or something like that. Alright, it's secure in place. Now I just have this one to install right above here. Yes, this is the most important clamp. It's that one connected to the engine. There's no, you don't want any air leaks. You don't want any dust coming up. This one is a little bit like this. There we go. So, recheck. Here it's connected very well. Here it's connected. Dust cover is installed. Lowest point for the water to drop. Really? Just hold on. I don't like too much. It's supposed to be like more. That's it. I'm gonna find the right way. Yeah, like this. Definitely top. Fully seated. Then you clamp it. Then you clamp it. Yeah, very well now. Alright, so air filter checked. Okay. Now for the coolant level, you check your tank here. If it's at, just hold on. Here's the coolant level. There's a max and a lower. Make sure it's always between. You also check the radiator, and the coolant already changed it many years ago, last year, and it's full, like right to the cap. All right, I'm just gonna take some rag to clean the excess. Now behind here, you need to disconnect this, pull it. This is the screen. So the screen, what I do, this is that you know how much I didn't use it this summer. What I do is I put a hair, then I put a rag, and then I oil it. So stick around. The reason why am I oiling before winter and I'm drying it before summer? During winter, a lot of hair and snow, ice, particle will go there, and as the engine warm up, this is just beside the radiator, it will create condensation. And this is made of steel, and it's a very nice quality steel. But what I do to prevent any type of corrosion is I oil it, and also it prevent it's like almost like a filter. In springtime, I dry everything. I remove all the oil, so it stays bone dry and it's easier to clean. But a little bit coat of oil make it easier to clean too. The way I do it is I use a brush and I paint. Basically, I just put oil on my brush. This is the dedicated brush, and I just put oil like this. And then I just paint it like you will paint using a brush, and I just put a nice coat everywhere. Like this, and I do it on both sides. Just a light coat of oil, that will do it plenty. Just make sure the screen is all covered with oil. All right. So once it's all covered with oil, you just slide it back in front of the radiator, so you know it's not gonna get rusted. There's a nice thick coat of oil, and in contact with snow, the water won't stick into it. All right. Warning, the other thing why am I oiling too is just in front of the battery. If for some reason you have a leaking battery from electrolyte, the water inside the liquid inside the battery, this is very corrosive. At least with the oily battery, you will have a kind of a protection. Okay. And this is a part of it. Every time you start your tractor, you should check your differential oil, which is located right here. I just checked it. You remove it, and I know I've got plenty of oil. Just hold on. And again, for those one who didn't see my trick, put an O-ring right at the edge there, okay? The reason you want to put an O-ring right there is the vent cap from the middle of here, which is venting through this little to the outside. Putting an O-ring, it will let the vent vent out. However, the thickness of where it is screwed, it's blocked off, and I had a leak because of that. And since I put the O-ring in there, and I told the Mahindra dealer about that trick, Before I used to keep it loose, but having an O-ring, I don't know if you can see the O-ring right now, it's kind of loose. But having an O-ring right in front of the lips, that will create a distance from the lip to there, you know, if you can see. And that helps to vent the oil. And as you check the level, you check also, you drive a light into the hole and you look at the color of the oil. If your oil starts to get brownish, greenish, grayish, well, flush it out, all right? There's something happened. It's mainly contaminated water, all right? So the difference from going outside, inside, if you leave your tractor outside also, there's various ways, but flush it and then do install new oil and drain the old oil and put new oil in there. And on your maintenance manual, it will tell you the two type of oil you can have. There's hydraulic oil and there's differential oil you can add. And look at chapter 5-1, it will let you know about that. I use both of them, by the way, and I rather use differential oil. Like I told you, you can drive a flashlight inside to see the color of the oil, and right now it's very, very clean. All right. So make sure it's all clean, and then, and you don't need to be super tight, just snug like this. All right. And by the way, check out everything for your front. And during the winter time, I do oil the cylinder often after I work outside on each side, because this is often in contact with salt, sand, and dust. And by putting oil over it during the night, and then you clean it once in a while, it will keep them good. All right, so now let's check. Talking about oil, let's go in the back. All right, so the oil level is red in there. Where's my finger is, and it's kind of reddish. I can see the air bubble. That's where the differential oil level is, and it's really good. Where to top it up? That's the one there, and I did the same. Put an O-ring around. It's very good. Okay. The PTO shaft, I'm gonna clean it. It's already clean. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil so that when I connect the snowblower. Right, now the most important thing is the primary and secondary filter. The primary filter is located right behind that the net here, and this one is to make sure the water is separated. The second one is for the particle, okay? And by putting a light right like this, I can already see that, hey, it's bone clean. Why is that? Very simple, is every fall I clean my diesel filter. All right, last fall I also flushed it, and I made a video on change it. So for me, I change it after 4 years. So every fall what I do is I remove it and I clean it, and same thing with the back of it. Now I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna, again, it's all in my link video. The reason why I'm not doing it, it is very, very clean. There's no sense for me, but it's not that hard to do, and my video about how to do it is very good. The first time, the reason why also is I pay very attention where I use where did I get my diesel. I use it where basically with large truck, it's always fresh diesel. And also the Mahindra, compared to other brand tractor, inside of here it comes with a filter, and it's a very pre-filter, and when I fill it up, there's also a particle filter in my military fuel can. So it's like filtered 2 times before going in the fuel. So and I always use high quality diesel, so that's why this year, and like I told you, every 2 years I will clean it almost. It depends how many hours that I do too. And last winter we didn't have enough snow, And this summer I didn't use it. However, the first winter here, oh my God, like I had 12 feet snowbank in front of my house, so that's why. And I had a lot of project going on last summer, so that's why. But this last winter and this summer, that will explain why the thing here. And the thing too is for the primary filter, it's very easy to see from here. I don't know if you can see it, but I just pointed out right now, and there's no water whatsoever because the ring is on the bottom. There's a red ring, and if there's a presence of water, the red ring will rise. Okay, it's meant for that. But before that, you can see a little bit from the side like this. I can see very well. Then there's no water whatsoever. But just to show it to you, I'm going to remove the screen. Stick around. So it's 10mm socket. So you just connect on each side and then you unscrew it. The screw is quite long, so, and then one in the middle and here. I don't know if you can see it. Whoop. Same thing on the other side. Alright, for the removal, you just tilt it back like so. You just put over like that, and then you just raise it like that. There we go. Alright, so you see, I will be able to see, but you see the red ring right there. This is, if it starts to raise, that means that it's the water will be in the bottom, and that will raise with the water level. And right now, there's not a single little bubble in the bottom. So that's telling me that it's doing its job. There's a filter, a screen filter, a mesh filter on the top. So that's for very, very large particle. And right now, it's bone dry, clean, very clean. I can see through it with the light. And you can see the spring. The spring here in the middle is to keep the filter up connected, and the loose plastic ring right there, I'm just gonna put it like that, plastic ring right there, this is, I hope you're able to see very well, but the plastic ring in here, it's to signal the presence of water, and it is right flat on the bottom, and I don't see any bubble right in the middle of it. So this telling me, and it is very important to flush at fall. Why? Because you don't want the water to freeze in there. However, and that's why I recommend to always have your tractor inside of a garage. At least it's covered, all right? I have a roof, okay? In the winter time, like I told you, I have a block heater. If you don't have a heated garage, it's easier on the engine, and also for the HST transmission. Alright, it's very important to have both of the oil preheated. When it starts to get like minus 20 Celsius, it does help a lot, okay? So I'm gonna, now, stick around, I'm gonna talk about the screen. I forgot to mention, clean all around the bottom, put some light coat of oil, because there's a lot of air gets sucked in. The bottom is kind of a plastic cover, but the middle of it right over. And this is steel, and since the battery is it's at the top, I like putting a nice coat of oil that would prevent corrosion. Okay. All right. So the screen. This is your first filter before hitting the screen in front of the radiator. So what I do is I basically, in the invert, I just blow air. When that is done, then I take a nice rag and I just dust off all the remaining all around, like so. Because trust me, in a powder, very cold condition, this screen will be filled up with very light snow. And it's there's a bypass. It will come from the inside of the engine, which is kind of nice. It will pre-warm the engine. Now the better part here, make sure it's all dusted off very well. And this is like this is the middle part. I'm talking like it's brand shiny because I always keep it oily. All right, now talking about oily, what I will do is with my famous brush, oily brush, I'm just gonna put a very nice light coat of oil everywhere like so, and that will help prevent corrosion from the screen. Because after a while, these type of screen, they're very rust resistant. But for me, I don't take any chance. I just put a very nice coat of oil, and especially for the clamp here, definitely oil it. So I'm gonna do that. Sometimes I feel like I'm boring you with all my crazy madness of maintenance. Well, that's how I keep my stuff very long. So I try to pass all my knowledge to you good folks because they're so expensive. Alright, so I'm just going to install it, stick around. So the same way that I remove it, you just go like this. You go on the bottom first, right in the middle. Then you put it forward. You make sure the each side I don't know if you can see it, but right there, you just make sure that they're well inside the little wings here. So they match right there. So I'm going to do the other side. What I'm pointing at here, right there, just hold on. I'm going to try to find a way. All right. The entrance, the square, you see what I'm pointing at there. You see I'm touching it with the light. That's why I put a little rag also to clean. This is the entrance for the air to go. The air to go all the way to the air filter. All right. So I'm gonna tighten up the two screws on the three screws, and I'll be back. It is there, just it's a long screw. All right, folks, so we check all the oil level, we check the coolant, we check the air filters, we clean the tube from there to there, we change the screen, we clean the screen, we check also the fuel filters. The only thing I have left now is to remove the oil filter. All right, so with my tool here, I'm just gonna take like this, make sure it's well tight, and then holy smoke, man, wow, marvelous, it's marvelous. It's a Yanmar filter. I let it drop. right in there. Stick around. Right, so I removed the oil filter. So before installing a new filter, I'm just gonna make sure it's all clean all around inside where it's gonna get screwed like this, and then I swipe out all the excess oil that it went down around the engine like so. All right, perfect. I still have some still dripping like this, so I will let it drip. Definitely. Just gonna make sure there's a nice coat of oil all around like this. When you have dripping oil, let it drip, because often this is it's a bottom, it's oil contaminated, maybe with particle, water, stuff like that. So stick around, okay? All right, always use genuine parts, and this one is from the company Yanmar. It's the same filter, and look at the high quality. They put a plastic cover all around to make sure there's no contamination from the dust and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of oil and I'm gonna oil the O-ring, and it's not a flat O-ring. It's like an O-ring. It's not a gasket. It's an O-ring. So that tell you the nice quality. And then I'm just gonna screw it right on the engine itself. Am I screwing? Yeah. And again, it's just and tight. That's it. It's a strong and tight. But yeah, definitely. Oh, that battery drives me nuts. Okay. So now the oil filter is installed. I've got the dirty filter down there dripping. What I'm gonna do, everybody knows that, and please let me know if you don't know. I'm gonna just rescrew back the drain plug of the oil pan, of the engine oil pan. I'm just gonna screw back. It's I forget the size of it, but I'm just gonna screw back. All right, sticker. My high professionalism, I forget to mention. Make sure you use a clean rag and clean that plug. Very, very important. I use my French accent from France because you need to be very, very clean. Like your life will depend on it, and I don't have my glasses, they're somewhere, but yeah, please do clean, because often it's the lowest point, huh? So you will have a lot of particle contamination, and you might be in trouble if you don't flush correctly your engine oil. So in order to fix that problem, make sure you flush completely the oil and you clean the oil drain plug screw. Okay, so let's screw that plug into the oil pan, sort of. Yeah. All right, stick around. I hate that flashlight. It's not the flashlight itself, it's the... I had a battery leak once, so... Alright, so I'm just gonna... unscrew... Alright. Now I'm just gonna put it like so. Use my ratchet wrench. The socket. And my hand is always on the way. Bravo! It's gonna be a very well oiled wrench. Holy smoke! Oof! Let me clean that very oil synthetic oil socket. Just hold on. And just snug, guys. Not too tight, please. Don't do like I did with the screen. But this one, here we go. So now the oil filter is installed. I've got the drain plug installed. As you can see right there, it's a yellow color. It came like this by the company, by the way. This is the greasing point right there. Make sure you grease that. And you do grease everything for it's a part of the maintenance. I'm just gonna wipe up all the excess oil on the right here. Look at that strength. I mean, that's tough to beat. Very well made tractor. Now I'm going to be dust crazy. Now you guys don't believe me. How much crazy I can go. Look at that shiny underneath of my tractor. And yes, I do pass a rag once a while to dust off underneath of my tractor. Yes, I'm crazy like that. Okay, now stick around. So I always fill up from the top here. You see, I already pass a rag all around. And I'm just gonna put my long funnel like this. Now, this is the oil well known. It's the best diesel engine oil. It's the Rotella made by Shell, number T6. All right, T6, 5W-40, Rotella made by Shell, T6. It's synthetic oil for diesel engine. It's used many places, and it's the a lot of diesel engine makers, they recommend to use that. And that's the way to go. All right. So I'm just gonna go very slowly. All right. Right now I am right on the mark, but I didn't start the engine yet. So I'm just gonna take this off. Everything is secure. No, I need to put the whole cap back. Okay, the thing's there. Okay. Engage the brake. So the pressure light went off. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Clean it. Oh yes, it went a little bit lower. I'm gonna wait again. By the time so I can say the mark on the dipstick, it's for the half of, is good for half liter, so it's very precise. All right, folks. Today was a very long day. I had the great honor to be on parade for remembering my fallen comrades, friends, who and the ones who are still alive but which are injured in various ways. So it was a long day. It's 5 o'clock outside. I mean, and I will make the on the next weekend. We'll complete the attachment on the snowblower, and I will tell you my trick because I do oil the front part of the feld, so the dust coming from the engine, it would be easier to remove at springtime. And I have many other tips you'll be interested in. And my day is not finished because I had to edit that video so you good folks can see it tomorrow morning, Sunday at 6 o'clock. And again, thank you very kindly for your outstanding support. I'm tired, sorry. All right, cheers folks, thank you again, bye bye.